What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Litecoin today, LTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. Here we are on the 13th of June here, sitting at about $85. 1 day and 7 hours left in the... oh, I'm sorry. I was like, what? Sorry. Just reading. I'm like Ron Burgundy right there. We've got about just under 7 hours left in the day here. 6 hours, 46 minutes left on the 13th here. 84, almost $85 right now. Looking at this on a daily time frame, I do like the RSI. I like the double bottom that you had off the oversold zone. That's a clear rejection there. I do believe that you found your low. This is some kind of like, I wouldn't call it a triple bottom, but it's like you found your low, you got a fake out here, and you're getting another fake out here to the downside. I really do believe that this is just shakeout environment. We're shaking out the markets. You rejected this prior area of support, which is pretty sad, but down here, coming down just below that low and wicking this hard makes me think that you probably will move up, that this is the low and that you will see higher prices, right? If not, maybe go a little bit lower, but I'm not worried about the price. Even if it does go a little bit lower, I'm not worried about the price. Low to high here, tipping that 0.5, man. I mean, that's good enough for me. A lot of cryptos have been finding support at the 0.5. And what I've noticed actually recently, like over the past month, less so. Right? I think we're starting to shift back to normality, maybe. I don't know. But a lot of cryptos have maybe interacted with the 0.5, but then inevitably broken through it. I've noticed that we've been showing less respect on these areas as time's gone on, but Litecoin looks like it's showing respect on it right now. If we close here or around this area, we'll be at the 40 on the daily RSI, and that's a good area to bounce from. We bounced off of this last time, and we did see some substantial growth. Might be doing that now, continuing to grow, and maybe not by the end of this week. We got 2 days, 7 hours left in this week, but next week, I think we'll be set up to be very, very bullish. Looking at the weekly time frame here, if we take a high to a low, you've tipped the golden ratio, coming down, finding support at the 382. I think that by the end of the week, you will close above the 382. Wicking below the 382 is fine, but ideally we wouldn't want to close below 87.15, so you probably do move up over the coming days. Let's see if we can validate that on the short-term stuff. Let's look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour. 1 hour time frame breaking out of its downtrend. You had a lot of volume here, a lot of volume coming down, right at the lows. We've seen this before, and then no volume to push it through, no volume to push it lower, and you gave it all back. No volume to push it through. There was no follow through. And in fact, you broke out here, but then continued without any volume, right? Actually, you had a little bit of volume, but you didn't go anywhere. A lot of volume at the lows there, you guys. Recovering, and now volume's coming back in, but as you're building higher, and you broke out of your downtrend of the RSI, looking powerful, man. Looking very, very powerful. Again, if I'm wrong, and this isn't the low, if you do go below this low, it wouldn't be by much. I think that you'd find support very, very soon. This either is the low or it's very near the low. I'm going with the idea that it is the low right now, though, and I think you're on your way higher. Doesn't mean that you're just going to rip through the roof today, but you are on your way higher. 4 hour time frame, right in the same area that it's been finding support at the last couple of times. Lower lows each time, higher lows in the RSI. Right, let's actually just confirm that. Let's see. Closing low right there. Closing low right there. And a slightly lower low there. So yes, you have double bullish divergence. Litecoin. Double bullish divergence on your 4 hour time frame. That's very, very bullish indeed, my friends. You just can't go anywhere, man. You can't. You're getting a lot of volume at these lows, but you're not going anywhere afterwards. That tells me there's a lot of buying going on, unfortunately, a lot of panic selling going on. I would almost consider this to be a triple bottom, actually. I know it's slanted, but triple bottoms, you'll rarely hear me actually say, or triple tops, you'll rarely hear me have conviction in it, but I actually do have some conviction that this could be it, man. It's not pretty, but that's kind of the name of the game with these things. Yeah, it looks very, very bullish. I think that we're going to move up from here. The weekend, I don't expect much to happen. Just a little bit of growth, right? I think we will be above $87 by the end of the week. But starting next week, I think that's when the magic will start to fly. Once we get above, once we get above about $93, that's when the fireworks are going to pop off. That's when we're getting above this point of resistance here, getting above that point of support there, and looking to stride higher in the price. Looking at this on a daily time frame. Did we take this already? Did we take that low to high there? Yeah, okay, that was the 0.5. That's right. What about the high to low? Yeah, that's fine. Right, because the weekly time frame, we want the weekly time frame to close, if it can close above the 382, 87.15 cents. That's right, yeah. Daily's looking bullish enough. We're at a good area to bounce. I think that we will bounce from here. We will continue higher. When we do continue higher, let's actually look at that. That's what I was trying to do, get these extensions on here. High to low here, the expectation would be to move up to something around 250 if not something between there and about like 450, maybe even new all-time highs between now and the coming weeks. It's hard to say where we're going to be by the end of July. I truthfully, for a while now, I've expected that we would be higher back in January. Here we are about like 6 months later or 5 months later. I would have expected that we were already making strides higher. The fact that we're still down in these areas it's not concerning, but it's a little bit discouraging at the least to say. It's hard to say where Litecoin's going to be, right? By the end of July, it could very well be here at this area of resistance. Maybe it is here by the end of July. Maybe we're at new all-time highs by the end of July. Like there's a whole lot of possibilities that could happen. For right now, I want to just see how we interact with this $300 to $400 area. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we were above $300, but below, or at least around this all-time high between 300 and 420 by the end of July. I wouldn't be surprised in the least, but I am anticipating that we actually might break out to new all-time highs between now and the end of July as well. And if we do see new all-time highs, I want to take the last cycle's high to low, not the overall high to low. I want to take this. If we are at new all-time highs, I think something between $800, $780, and about like $1,200 would be where we are. So if Litecoin gets underway and it lights a fire under its ass, man, we really could by the end of July be up at this area. But I'm starting to think less so that happens by the end of July. I'm starting to think more so by the end of July we're here, and then we're going to be getting set up probably throughout the rest of July, going into August for that next move higher, rallying to the end of the cycle, seeing a multi-$1,000 price, something that's around, anything from a multi-$1,000 price around $3,200, $4,200 to something that's even as high as like $6,000, $7,000 or more by the end of the cycle. But time will tell. We'll see how it goes. One thing's for certain, Litecoin has been in a very massive accumulation phase, and you know it's accumulating because you got higher lows, you've got higher highs, subtle moves up really quick with just like long, slow, boring bleeds down, but then moving up. This is clear accumulation, right? My theory is, and what would likely take us to not just these highs, but new all-time highs, if we were to get there by the end of July, my theory is the catalyst that would send us there is that you're going to have one country, one big country, or multiple countries, various countries, announce that they have a crypto strategic reserve and they're implementing Litecoin in that strategic reserve. It would make a lot of sense that Litecoin is the coin for that. It's at least going to be one of those coins to be considered, right? I think that this thing has more potential to grow than BTC does, and with that kind of point of attraction, that might attract larger entities like governments, institutions to make plays off of this and add them to their crypto stockpiles. But I don't have anything else that I want to say. Overall, the weekly RSI looks good. Overall, this accumulation looks good. Whenever it breaks, I wouldn't be surprised in the least if it was just eruptive and fast to the upside. I mean, maybe we really do see new all-time highs by the end of July. But before I get too excited with that, I want to see how we do between now and the end of this month of June. Okay? And then maybe we could talk more about that later. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.